Thanks for taking the time out with your day. Um,
No worries.
Obviously, we're here to talk about your band. We're here to talk about the
Yeah,
Froth Fury Festival as well, and kind of the comeback with that. Um,
yeah.
I'll also be putting this in a publication called Hi-Fi Ways to keep an eye out for that as well. Um, so let's crack on. So is My understanding is that the Froth and Fury show is being billed as a reunion. However, didn't you just play a couple of shows in Melbourne?
We played one show, about it was late September, right before grand final, the weekend before grand final. Yeah, we played. Sorry, my phone's falling over. Um, yeah, we played one show at Kingpin Fest in Melbourne. So that was the first time we'd played in. I think it was, I reckon, 8 years.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
that
my
was
parents got. Yeah.
yeah. So we played the last show we'd played before that was in Melbourne as well. So yeah, hadn't done anything in Adelaide since the 618 family reunion, which was what 2011. 2011, yeah.
Yeah. How did it feel being back on stage?
It was great. Yeah, I had a ball. It was great. Like it was just a really good vibe. Like the whole festival was really, there were some people that we hadn't seen in quite a long time. We have done a few shows in Perth with oh God, the name escapes me. I should know that. But yeah, uh, yeah. Who was it again? God. Anyways, yeah, there was Outsiders Code. They were great. Yeah, it was just a good to be back on stage, playing the old tunes, making some noise. Yeah,
Did you? Because obviously we're all a bit older now. Okay, that happens. Well, like fucking the persistence of time. Like, did you feel like a
yeah.
little winded after it? You're two songs in, like fucking hell, jeez.
Um, no, I took it pretty easy. Yeah, I took it pretty easy. So I wasn't as definitely not as rambunctious as I used to be on stage because age. Yeah, so it was yeah, it was just good. Yeah, I can't really complain about it. Yeah, it felt good. It felt good to be back on stage. It felt good to be making some noise again. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, it wasn't too winded. I wasn't. You know, I could move my neck the next day, so I yeah,
Positive
I
signs.
didn't headbang as much as I used to.
So, taking that into account, so as you said, it'd be the first Adelaide show where you guys were originally from in 13 years.
Yeah,
Um, how are you feeling?
I'm pretty pumped. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped to be playing to a home crowd again. Yeah, it's it was yeah, it was a pretty nice offer, from the Froth guys. So it's sort of just it's a bit of a funny story because we got offered Kingpin, and then we thought we were all thinking and just chatting amongst ourselves and just thinking, oh well, this would be cool. And then almost simultaneously, yeah, Jason offered us Froth, and it was just pure coincidence. So we're like, oh, if we're gonna do one, we'll do both for sure. So yeah, it felt really good. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So, I mean, the I suppose not to sound cynical, it's not a cynical question, but having been away for so long, what triggered you guys to go, fuck it, we're back?
Well, I think timing. Like some of us have got, you know, we've grown up, married, kids,
Mm.
all that sort of stuff. And like when you get a real young family, it's always a bit harder. But that time is, you know, I guess, the kids are a little bit older, not real old, but the they're a little bit older where they're a little bit more self sufficient,
Mhm.
I guess. Um, uh, it just yeah, it felt right. Felt right. Everyone was into it. Yeah,
Nice.
it's good timing, I guess.
Well, that's the next question I was going to ask. Like, I might have got my homework wrong, but you're not all based in Adelaide anymore, are you?
No, we're not. Only Vinny and I are in Adelaide. Ben Coy, Benny Loy, and Josh are all Melbourne based.
Okay. So, I mean, logistically, then, I mean, how easy, difficult is that kind of to get together to do practice and whatever?
Yeah. Uh, so Vinny and I have practiced probably the most together. And we, up until, 2020 when the whole world kind of fell apart, we sort of had a thing that we'd just get together once every couple of months and just bash out some tunes and whatever
Mm.
we wanted to play. So we've always kind of played together. So we've always fit really well and sort of known each other's playing style. And then, so Vinny and I got together, earlier in the year, and we did quite a few jams, just the two of us. Then Josh came over for, quite a few. And Josh and I have always clicked as well. Like we sort of know each other and we bounce off each other really, really well. Then Benny Loy, he came over for one or two as well. And then I think we only had one as a full band before we did all in Adelaide as a full band before we did Melbourne. So
Yeah.
yeah, but it all went well. Yeah.
Oh, I imagine it's like riding a bike. You know, once you've done it once, you can just get back on and do it again.
To a degree. To a degree, yeah. Remembering old songs was a little bit. Vinny and I were like laughing because we got through. I'm not by no means are we writing complex songs. So there was times when I was, we were practicing the bits and trying to remember how bits went, and then I ended up going to the wrong song or the wrong bit, and like that's the wrong song. All these riffs sound the same, so it was kind of funny.
Uh, well, been talking of that, I mean, you guys did release on vinyl a couple of months ago for the 25th year anniversary of Where Shadows Lie. Um,
Yeah,
the Is that going to be the start of going through that discography and doing similar things like that to keep pushing a touring cycle?
I don't know. The our full length record with is it's sort of on two labels, so we haven't even sort of crossed that yet. Like it was released in Australia through Resist, but it was released overseas via Good Life Recordings. So I don't know what would happen in terms of licensing and if we could do that.
Yeah.
Haven't even looked at it to be honest. Yeah, I'd love to see it on vinyl. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
So, I mean, if this all goes, I mean, look, I'm asking you to answer a question that, and I think you probably know what your question is going to be. If this, you do this big show, goes well, um, what's after that? Is it something you're going to keep doing?
Uh, look, I'd like to do personally. I'd like to do a few more shows. Um, I feel like a headliner here or there would be cool.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly where everyone else stands on that sort of, on that, but Melbourne felt good. It felt really good to be on stage. It just felt, yeah, it felt good to play those songs again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
songs that need to be heard. So, I mean, when you guys started, look, I've only been in Adelaide since 2010, so you guys were at the end of that period. But my understanding is from the scene that we've got here, especially the hardcore scene, you guys for Adelaide especially, and I keep banging on about Adelaide, there was you guys kind of at the forefront of the hardcore scene at the turn of the century, which also featured a course I called the Prom Queen.
Yeah.
24 years later, 25 years later, um, how do you see the scene at the moment, and especially the hardcore scene, which does seem to be having quite a revival at the moment?
It does. Yeah, I was really, I don't get out to enough shows, but I definitely noticed like I'm more of a metal guy. I've definitely have got my roots in hardcore, but I'm definitely a metal guy.
Hmm.
And even, you know, I'd say 5, 10 years ago, the turnouts at metal shows weren't what they are now. And I reckon that's also evident with the hardcore scene. Like I went and saw Bleeding Through a few weeks back, and
Yeah.
I was like, we know those guys. We toured with them extensively in America. Um, and they have, a connection with, like Jonah from Prom Queen played with them. So they've sort of gotten a bit of an affection to Adelaide. They've had members or had a member from Adelaide. Um, so it was just, I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised at the turnout on a Sunday night for them. So it was. I can definitely see that there is a little bit of a resurgence. Yeah, it feels like it.
Well, and that, like, possibly that could be a wave you guys could, get back on and ride in. But that kind of comes back to a question I pretty much asked earlier. So, I mean, again, we talk about this big time difference. You hit the stage at Froth and Fury. There's going to be a whole bunch of people out there, including myself, who wouldn't have seen you guys play before. Now, obviously, you've only had the one show behind you, but like, what could we expect from a day contempt show?
uh, I am. I think we can expect what people would always expect from us, and it's you know, it'll be heavy, it'll be crushing. Uh, we've always, I guess, at the risk of sounding like I'm pumping up my own tires, but we've always been pretty hard on ourselves as making sure that we are tight live. So expect that. Yep. Expect that we will be on point.
Good. You should pump up your own tires. It's the whole point. The whole point is that you tell us how great you are, and then I go, brilliant, and I go and write this down then, Send it in a thing, and then people go and watch you and they buy you. Actually, good point. Apart from, I'm guessing you'll have the vinyl with you, will you have like t-shirts and merch to sell?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, long sleeves. Yep. All of it.
Got them all good to go. Nice, nice.
Yep.
Um, I mean, what are it's 27 years since she's all started. Um, what have been the key takeouts that you've learned in them 27 years, both personally and professionally?
Look, I think personally, I think you've got to be pretty diplomatic. You've got to be pretty diplomatic because you're in a, especially when we were touring, you've got to be pretty diplomatic in the fact that you've got to think about how your actions can potentially impact on 4 other people or whoever's in the touring party. So yeah, you learn those things. Probably have fallen over short earlier on, but definitely, yeah, I guess you learn how to interact um, and be, I guess, civil and make sure everybody's happy and all that sort of stuff.
Like
As far as
diplomat.
professional, yeah, as far as professionalism goes, I mean, look, we practiced a lot. We did. And I think that helped us and it sort of raised the bar internally for us. And then we got to the point where it was almost second nature. So practice, yeah, tons of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, you can't just pick up. Look, I can't play an instrument because I won't practice. So there you go. So it's a great example of it. It's like, fuck, no, I'm not doing it. All right. Well, look, it's only meant to, like, I know I put 30 minutes in the thing, but really it's only meant to be 15 minutes. So unless, have you got anything else you want to add?
No, just come along. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, when we saw the lineup announced, like again, we were getting back to our youth. We were huge fans of all the Roadrunner stuff. So Machine Head, Fear
Fear Factory.
Factory, um, even like Body Jar, and we all loved Body Jar. We grew up on Body Jar. Like Ben and I went and saw them at the Brighton Footy Club. I think it was probably 1996 or something. So it was a long time ago. But yeah, it was just it was just really good to see those bands, and we've loved Fear Factory for a long time. Seen them, yeah. I think Josh saw them on their Demanufacture tour. We saw them at Digimortal and Obsolete tours and subsequent tours since then. So yeah, they always stood out to us, and we always sort of aspired, loved it. So it was great.
I suppose
Yeah.
it's the vibe I'm getting from you. It's the sort of vibe that I've got as well. Is it's like going to be one big party with all your old friends, and even though you might not know the bands have been with you through your life. That's the kind of the vibe
Yeah,
I get from it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, whether I think it's just yeah, it's just nice to be on the bill with a band with the tenure of Fear Factory.
You could have just
Yeah,
stopped with it's just nice to be on the bill. Just stop.
yeah, well, yeah.
Just stop. The,
Yes, it was. It was very generous. It was a very generous offer, and yeah, we're thrilled to be on it. Thrilled to be on it.
excellent work. Well, look, I'll see you in a couple of weeks then on November the 9th. I'll catch up. We'll have a beverage. And look, thank you very much for your time again, Tommy.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, mate.
Excellent. Take care, buddy.
Cheers. See you,
Bye.
mate. Bye.